So, welcome back to our last video of this training self study series. And so, you've learnt about the roots, you've learnt about the branches and the different life areas. And one last thing to say about the branches is to understand your own tree consciousness and where you are with that. So just take a look at your branches, your different life areas, and ask yourself, how nourished do I feel in those areas? How wealthy do those areas feel? How rich, how nourished? Think about the health of your tree. And are there any areas that you really do, specifically want to make a priority? And so, you can start to learn where you need to focus, and you can start, putting the habits, the rituals, the routines in place, and create your wellness plan, create your amazing plan to really start creating the positive changes that and also um staying in flow with that, keeping up the momentum, staying consistent with what you want to be doing. So it's kind of soul maintenance. You're really staying conscious, living this conscious lifestyle, and it's flowing into your business, and it just feels so good, so expansive, so soul aligned. And this is ultimately what we want to create. And so in this video, I want to bring it back to the two identities and the gap, because now you know about your tree, you understand like where you need to be focusing, and you still maybe want to let go of, some particular patterns that don't serve anymore. And this is the where I help people, is in this gap, and it's almost like I'm the bridge, and the wellness tree is the guide. We work together with our trees, and this is how we embody the new version of us, the new identity. So there are two identities. There's the old identity and there's the new identity, and then we have this gap in the middle. The old identity is either the current version of you or the one that you're letting go of. And it's the one that we're moving away from. It's the version of us that we've outgrown, that we don't want anymore. Now we're saying to that version of us, I love you. Thank you for the lessons. We're going to be doing things differently now. So it's breaking the unhealthy patterns. It could be that you're like I was, in a never ending day one drinking cycle, or maybe you're just overeating, or you're numbing, or you're squashing, you're not being present, you're not fully feeling your feelings, or you're just not kind of showing up for yourself. You're hiding, you're kind of staying small, and you know that you're capable of so much more. You know that there's so much you have inside of you that you just want to let out. And that's exactly, what we want, really, because, this has to happen. This has to happen, or it's almost like we're dying slowly inside, and we're just not living our best life, and that's not good. It's very disempowering. It's staying in our comfort zone. It's staying small. And then we have the new identity, the version of us that we currently are. And, or maybe it's like we want to step into it, but we're kind of hesitant, we're holding back. It's all feeling a bit scary and overwhelming. So, this is the version of us we know what we want. We know what we want. This is the healthy, wealthy, fun, freedom part of ourselves. We're in our potential with our new beliefs. We're showing up as her or him. We're feeling uncomfortable, but we're doing the damn thing anyway. We're making those bold moves. We're not people pleasing. We don't care what other people think. We're like standing in our power, speaking our truth, showing up, and just going for it. But we also know how to listen to ourselves. We know how to work with our feminine and masculine energy. We know how to support ourselves. We know how to parent ourselves. We know how to nurture ourselves. We know how to self discipline ourselves. We also know what we desire. We know how to bring in the fun, the pleasure. It's basically everything we are. It's the wealth, it's the soul wealth. This is the juice, the juicy fruit, and we get to have all of that. We get to just own it, own it. So they're the two identities. And then we have this gap that we're trying to navigate in the middle, and it can feel so messy. It can feel like things are falling apart, dark night of the soul, or perhaps we've been through that, we're coming through the other side and we're still not quite there. We can almost reach like the thing. I think that the thing I've learned so much is to have patience and kindness. And the biggest lesson that I have been learning lately is to slow down, just slow down, enjoy the moment, because sometimes we can look so far ahead and have our eyes on this end goal that never seems to be, because there's always another thing and there's always another thing and we're always chasing. It's like we need to slow down and experience and enjoy the journey. It's an adventure. The healing happens in layers, and we've got to give ourselves the time and the space that we need to process, to get the lessons, to receive the gold, to embrace it, and to, bring that to our hearts. And this takes a while. So we can have this identity paralysis in the gap where we feel like two different people. Maybe we're falling back into those old patterns. We can keep going for a while, but we're not making good choices all of the time. We're being inconsistent. We're giving into our excuses, and we're getting frustrated because it's going tits up. But keep on keeping on, because one day it's just going to click, and you're going to actually rewire your brain so that it realizes, actually, if I do that, then I'm going to feel like that. Whereas if I keep going, I feel the discomfort, I do the thing that I know is the healthiest, best option for me, that feeling is going to outweigh the dopamine hit that I get in 5 minutes of having a sugar binge or something. So stick with it and just keep going. This is all about us building our foundations. So as we're growing and expanding into our branches, we're creating this amazing life and soul wealth. We're also anchoring into our roots. We're creating strong foundations with our why, with knowing what's important to us, with knowing our vision, knowing our desires, knowing how we want to be feeling. We're also taking the daily actions, staying committed, staying devoted, doing the things that we say we're going to do. And we're being that. We are demonstrating it. We are proving to ourselves that we can do it. And so our confidence builds. We trust in ourselves more. We know we're capable. We believe in ourselves. And we develop an even deeper connection with Source, energy, however that feels for you. And we build our intuition, we feel more into our intuition. And when we're being that clear vessel, that clear channel, by traveling light, by being really conscious with what we put in our bodies and on our bodies and in our environment, if we're really paying attention and doing that, then we are going to notice the nudges. We're going to hear the inspiration. We're going to receive that gold, those stepping stones. And this is how this amazing, incredible journey unfolds. So in the gap, there's this dying off period as we let go of the old identity. And this can really feel like a grieving process, saying goodbye to that version of us. So we're doing lots of letting go, lots of releasing. It's going to feel out of our comfort zone. And that's good. That's okay, because that's how we grow. We can be hijacked as well by our thoughts. Like, I'll start Monday, this doesn't feel good, now's not the right time, all of the things. So it's knowing how to support our mindset. I have a specific thought model which we work with in Soul Wealth. So you're completely taken care of with your mindset, and also some other bits and pieces that I have in there. It's also working with your nervous system, making sure that you are supported. And again, in Soul Wealth, we have all of the tools and the resources, literally a wealth of resources to support your nervous system as you're morphing into your gorgeous new identity. And so there are some what I call the C archetypes to help you to navigate, well, to actually see where you are now currently and how you can kind of navigate this gap. So just imagine for a moment that, now this doesn't sound very nice, but just go with this. You are sat on Pain Island, and it's raining, it's grey, it's miserable. You're sat on this pebbly beach. The sea looks grey, the pebbles are grey, it's quite depressing, and you just feel really fed up. So you're doing your self-sabotaging patterns, whatever the things are, they don't feel good anymore. The cycles of behavior, the beliefs, the stories you're telling yourself. And you're so sick and tired of feeling sick and tired. And you look out to sea, and just in the distance, you can see Pleasure Island. And as you look out into the ocean, you're looking at Pleasure Island, you see it's sunny over there. You can see that the sea is bluer. You can see golden sand, the sun is shining. You can hear laughter, you can hear music. It sounds like people are having loads of fun on Pleasure Island. And you know that your freedom is there. You know that everything that you want is there. If only you could just get to Pleasure Island. Now, logically, this is only a decision away. You can be on Pleasure Island right now in your new identity, and it can feel just amazing. I'm going to introduce you to some C archetypes that will show you, like, literally how to navigate this gap. We have, first of all, the ostrich. Now, the ostrich is on Pain Island and has its head firmly buried in the sand. Bum in the air, head in the sand, does not want to take responsibility for all of the self-sabotaging behaviors, all of the things it's doing. It's like, its life is literally crumbling. It's losing all its loved ones, all its lovely ostrich friends and family. It's like they're all like fed up of ostrich's behavior, and it's like, I don't care. I'm just going to keep doing this anyway. And ostrich doesn't want to acknowledge its problems. Like, it's not budging. It's not available for positive change. And I was ostrich for a long time, a long time. And then we have the toe dipper. The toe dipper is curious to creating positive change, really would like to break these cycles of self-sabotage, and is fed up of feeling stuck and really wants to start the ball rolling. But toe dipper is feeling scared and prefers to stay in their comfort zone. So really, toe dipper is a bit of a shore hugger where it feels comfortable, it feels safe because that's what they know. And then we have the paddler. Now, the paddler is much more intertwined than the toe dipper, but only likes to get their feet wet. They're not actually all in. So again, a shore hugger, preferring to stay on the dry land, even though paddler just really wants to create this positive change. And so then we have the swimmer. Now, the swimmer is all in. They are saying, get me to Pleasure Island. They're not staying on Pain Island anymore. They've completely had enough. They're done with staying stuck in the never-ending cycle of whether it's drinking, whether it's binging, whether it's squashing, numbing their feelings. They want to experience the fun and the joy and presence and feeling connected and doing the things and having the amazing business and the amazing relationships and the fun and the aliveness of life. They want the pleasure, the juicy fruit. However, they're not great at planning. They haven't planned the journey ahead. So they haven't planned for navigating the choppy waters. And they get tired because they don't know how to look after their energy. They also don't know how to look after their mindset. So they're swimming along and it's like, oh, this feels like really hard work and I just got to keep going. And like, oh my gosh, this doesn't feel good. This doesn't feel safe. What am I going to do? What if I can't make it? And so their mindset is literally taking them down and they end up in this spiral in the water. And typically the swimmers get washed up again, back on Pain Island. They have to start the journey all over again. Maybe you can resonate with this. And finally, we have the diver. And the diver is just my favorite archetype. This is the mermaid or merman. And oh my gosh, they are just doing it. They are all in, they're diving deep. They know exactly how to navigate the journey from Pain Island to Pleasure Island. They're quite willing to dive deep into the emotions. This is that watery realm of feeling the feelings and the emotions, and like, oh, you know, they just like let it wash over them because they know that this is how to transform, the energy and the fears. And it's like, that's not going to stop me. They also know when to rest on the rocks, when to kind of soak up the sun and just receive so they can balance their masculine and their feminine energies so well. They literally know how to think, how to feel, how to be. They are soul wealth. Soul wealth. We all have mermaid, merman within us. It's our guiding force, it's our intuition, it's our guide. I almost see this at the base of the wellness tree, almost like they merge, and it's like it can come up as well. It's almost like we're rooted in the tree. And yeah, it's like a tree in the water almost, with the waves splashing around and the feelings and the emotions. And sometimes there's lots of choppy water, sometimes there's really still water. And we it's down to us to just decide. We can be that mermaid or that merman. We can just go for it. And when people say to me, Kath, I'm done, I'm ready, I am done. I'm done with this sabotaging. Like, I want to create this, I'm done. It's like, yeah, I feel it. And I know that because I was there too. And I said those words too. I was like, right, that's it. I'm done with this. I'm tired of being exhausted. I'm tired of thinking about these patterns all the time. I just want my freedom. I just want to get on with life and to enjoy life. And this is what it's all about. Absolutely claiming everything that we are here to receive, to be, to give, all of it, all of it. And so, I really hope that you have enjoyed this self study course. I hope that you have got lots of value from it. Now, you can take this, you can go away, you can work on it. You've got the videos, you can journal, you can work through stuff. However, if you're wanting more support, if you would love to just dive deep with me, you're ready, you just need some extra support, some tools, some accountability, you would love the structures, the framework, but also the practices, the somatic resources, and things like that to really support your nervous system. And you would also love to be in a small, intimate, private group. And you would love to experience true, magnificent soul wealth. I would love to invite you to join Soul Wealth. You can literally join at any time. It's roughly a 3-month group coaching program. So we have 12 calls, there's messenger support, there's accountability, a wealth of resources. You have everything you need to experience the wellness tree in its fullness so that you can leave these patterns behind, break these cycles, whether it's drinking, whether it's smoking, whether it's overeating, whether it's spending, whether it's general unconscious stuff that's running the show, and you want to get more intentional, more conscious with, health and wellness, with your relationships, with your money, with learning, with growing, with your business, with all life areas, then, what have you got to lose? So I offer a free call. Come and have a free call with me, one-to-one call. We can find out, whereabouts you are with your wellness tree. We can work out your tree consciousness, see what your next steps would be, and see if soul wealth, if joining that would be like just the most amazing thing for you right now. Thank you so much, and massive well done if you've made it to the last video, you've been taking notes, and implement. Go implement. Make your wellness plan. Connect with your wellness tree. And remember, I'm here if you have any questions. And if you want to join Soul Wealth, I would so love to have you join us. Take care. Massive well done. Remember how amazing you are. Remember, you can do anything that you want to do. From my heart to yours, from my soul to yours, I send you so much love and encouragement and just the massive hug. And I love you so much. Take care, gorgeous soul. Take care.